Hey, this is Soldier7 here, reporting for Right Wing Federation, and this video is going to be about the land bill struck down in Arizona. Now, as you know, recently there was a bill that came up within Arizona. I think it was done by the Arizona State Legislators or the Arizona State Senate. Forgive me if I don't know which one came up with it, or it could have been both. But apparently there was a bill, a land bill, that they came up with that was supposed to ban the Communist Party of China from purchasing land near military bases and I guess even farmland or so forth within Arizona. But then the current governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs, vetoes the bill. Why? Why would you do that? I mean, the reason why is beyond me, and you already got people coming out calling her a traitor and so forth, or she's on the payroll of the communists in Beijing and so forth. And why isn't she doing it like some of the other states are doing it and so forth? So why is it? Because granted, even though this was a state policy, but given the circumstances, in a way it's sort of a federal policy, because I think it should be in the interest to not want the CCP to set up front companies near military bases and so forth, like I've mentioned. Like, I don't know if that's what exactly you would call them, but if there's a company from China that comes over to America and the owner or so forth and the executives either have ties to the intelligence over there, the MSS or the People's Liberation Army intelligence, or has to report to them and so forth. That doesn't sound much like a private company or people just wanting to buy farmland and so forth. That sounds more like an espionage thing. It doesn't sound like a private company or private business to me, or free market if anything. Anything, it sounds like a front, which is what I think they do. I think a lot of these so-called private companies or corporations in China are, in my personal opinion, I assume many of them are probably fronts, or probably run as a front for the communists in Beijing, and it's used by the MSS, which is their version of the CIA, and of course the intelligence for the military wing, the People's Liberation Army, and yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they want to purchase land in China. Here in the United States, not because the communists in Beijing are interested in farmland, but I think that they have possible other ideas in mind. I mean, wouldn't we do the same thing? But anyway, the question is why would Katie Hobbs do this? Like, because even though this was a state issue, technically, I mean, it was left up to the state, but it's sort of a federal issue, because I figured you want to keep the Communist Party of China, their intelligence agencies and whatnot, whether if it's MSS or PLA intelligence, I figured it should be the majority of America's interest to keep them out of the United States, period. Like, nothing wrong with the country of China. I like China as a nation, as a people, as a culture and whatnot. I think it's got an interesting history. But the Communist Party of China it's pretty clear is not our friend. They've been using hostile intentions towards us for a long time. Even if they don't literally threaten us with violence, they threaten us with other way, including such things such as stealing intellectual property. So how do we know that the land they want to purchase in Arizona could not be used for that? If I'm not mistaken, there's a big power plant in Phoenix or so forth that they would like to have reconnaissance on, if they could do that. Or maybe they could use this opportunity to build safe houses and recruit devil agents and so forth. Yes, I know that sounds a little crazy, but at this point, anything's possible as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's not some kind of spy novel conspiracy theory that I came up with, but I think it's pretty clear the Communist Party of China has hostile intentions towards the United States, and they want to try to do whatever thing they can to hurt us. So why did Katie Hobbs do this? I don't know. Some other states are not. Some other states may be following Arizona or what Katie Hobbs is doing. And when this first occurred, when this was first reported and I saw it, it's kind of no wonder why people think the gubernatorial election of 2022 was so suspicious. Now, apparently she's up for re-election next year. I don't know if she's going to run or not, but if so, should she? And if you're a resident of Arizona, would you vote for her? Well, although I'm not a resident of Arizona, but I would like to see Arizona. From what I hear, it's a pretty nice state. It looks nice and everything, and yeah, but still. To anyone out there, if you're an Arizona resident, please do tell what's your take on this, and do you think Katie Hobbs should step down, be impeached, or be voted out next year if she runs? I don't know. That's what I wanted to ask, and that's just my personal opinion. And the question is why did she do it? Why did she strike it down? Why did she veto it? Because it should be in the interest. Because keep in mind, even though this was a state, this was led up to the state. But it's a federal issue because the Communist Party of China intentions is not just for one particular state. It's all across the country. It's all across the nation. So, I don't know. Why would she do this? I don't know. Because it should be in the interest for everyone to not let the Communist Party of China build companies near U.S. military bases or farmland to where they can just use as spies. Now, some people may just say, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. That's just, neo-McCarthyism, Joseph McCarthy in the modern-day era. Instead of the Soviet Union, it's the Communist Party of China. I don't know, but yeah, when I saw this, I'm just kind of like, why would you do that? And how many other states are going to follow? Is California going to follow? I sure hope not. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me since the current governor of California, Gavin Newsom, only seems to clean up the state or clean up the streets or whatnot when Xi Jinping is visiting, like he did a while back in San Francisco. So why do this? I don't know, because it should be in the interest to keep, the Communist Party of China from committing espionage across the nation. So why was this bill struck down? I don't know. Why would Katie Hobbs do such a thing? I don't know. Granted, I'm not a resident of Arizona, but I like Arizona. It seems like a nice state. I hope to visit there one day, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm just talking about this bill. It just doesn't make sense to me why she would do it. And I'm hearing some of the responses from some of the residents of Arizona calling her a traitor and so forth. And so forth. She's even, if I'm not mistaken, she's even being accused of working for the cartels at one point, or the Attorney General has at one point. I don't know if she gets cartel money or not. Although it wouldn't surprise me, because when I look at Arizona the last couple of years, it wouldn't surprise me if some of the Chicago politics have made it to Arizona. What I mean by that is corruption and so forth, and that's one of the things that Chicago is very known for, is corruption and so forth. But yeah, why do this? I don't know. Me personally, in my opinion, if she runs for re-election next year, even though I'm not a resident of Arizona, but if I was, I would personally vote her out. That should not be tolerated, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. That's a long way to go. We'll see how the people of Arizona think. If you are a resident of Arizona and you got your opinions on this, please do tell. What do you think of Katie Hobbs, who struck down a land bill in Arizona to prevent the Communist Party of China from purchasing land? What is your take on it? Whatever it is, please do tell. And yeah, if you have anything to say, yeah, please do tell. The comments are open, and that's all I'm going to say for right now. This is Soldier of 7. Thanks for listening.